So what's the question?
What is beauty?
What is beauty? Beauty is probably math plus something else. Probably transformation. That's what I would say.
What is beauty?
I think beauty is anything that takes our breath away.
What is beauty? Um, the one thing I know is that it's more than what is pretty. It's more than what is superficial. It is not necessarily what you expect.
Beauty is something you cannot explain, but that resonate with your instinct. And so this is very personal, but at the same time can be subjective.
Beauty to me is a representation of the human soul, and that is to say it's something that is close to perfection but not actually perfect.
In my opinion, the real beauty is when the spiritual level embrace the poetry of human imperfection.
To me, beauty is something I perceive as it has been done in a sincere or pure way.
A lot of times we try to play a perfect line or try to sing perfectly in tune or clap the rhythm perfectly, but that's becoming a machine and not human anymore. Beauty is when we find the humanistic quality in something great.
That there is obviously a very good beauty, something that makes us elated, happy. There's also savage beauty, something that intimidates us that we see in nature, or that fills us with fear, but also with admiration. And there's a kind of terrible beauty, something that is so horrible that it takes us to a place that we have never experienced before. So anything that is transporting, I think, is beautiful. And often these different types of beauty go hand in hand. That within a life experience, but also within a work of art, you often have light and dark, happy and terrible.
Music is assembling sound and silence. Shh.
Music is a combination of sounds which creates a form, unintentionally or on purpose, either pre-composed or in real time.
Music is a collection of sounds that we either willfully put together to make art, or that we decide after they're put together are art.
Music is when there is sound and then somebody arrives and says it starts here and it ends here. That is music.
I think John Cage said that music was organized sound, and I think it's hard to get around that definition. But not the entire sound has to be organized, just a single parameter of organization, as in blocking off the time in which the sound exists is enough to classify it as music. But sound possessing some kind of structure.
Music for me is and needs to be a very ineffable thing. Its center point is where it's the meeting place where sound and time meet, but that's only like a center point, and the larger sphere is made up of the implications of those two things and their meeting point.
Music is a collection of sounds inspired by experiences and lives.
Music, like any art form, attempts to be a extension of the human being.
For me, music is thoughts and emotion that take shape of sounds.
Composition is to put things in order.
Composition is to combine possible dimensions.
Composition is the act of putting anything together. I think that we can get more specific about what musical composition is, but composition in itself is the act of having materials and putting them willfully into place to create a larger whole.
Composition is to combine beauty and music.
It's not a composer's job to invent necessarily, although that can be part of it. But it is a composer's job to take materials and place them in a structure or on a structure in a way that makes sense. Anyone, you can take them off the street, put them next to a piano, and they will find sounds that they like. Any random person off the street can find a sound that is good. But it takes a composer, it takes craft to meld those sounds into something that conveys something. And so that's what composition is.
Composition for me is living the natural flow of music.
So composition is essentially the organization of sounds and silences of someone's ideas in a way that's organized to fit their meanings.
To me, composition is any idea that I see as a reflection of my own experiences, portrayed in any possible way.
Composition is the act of using music to get to travel to as many different places as possible, while still coming up with strange, sometimes and often ridiculous structures made purely out of vibrations that we cannot see, but we can hear and feel. Wait, was the question what is a composer or what is composition?
Position.
Okay, that is composition, and also a composer.